Hello, and welcome to All I Do is Hope the President Survives Coronavirus, but it is ironic that he does have it. I am Tom Elwes. I'm joined today, as ever, by my co-host, Mr. Ali Woods.
Howdy, Tom. How's it going? I have got a Stetson, a cowboy hat on. And
Is this to show solace with our American counterparts at this time?
This is my rootin' tootin' podcasting over the pond, across the pond channel. This is exactly what this is. So, listen, as I said to Tom, so I'm currently at my. For those who aren't, couple of things. For those who aren't on the Patreon, they won't know that I'm currently spending this week with my parents. If you want that extra episode, every Tuesday, new episodes, the best of me and Tom chatting shit to each other, then a lot of people say, not why they listen to it. A lot of people say, that's the bit they cut, isn't it? No. This is a new episode every week, Tuesday, $5 a month on the Patreon. You can get that. And we talked about this briefly, that I'm at my parents' this week on there. So I'm a parent. So they've got like weird stuff from my childhood. So this was a trip to Utah. We spent. If you're watching on the YouTube, hello. And this you can see the little cowboy hat here. So and then I put it on, and I said, so this is the second thing. Put it on, listeners. And then I said to Tom, I might do it every week like this. I think it's a good look. And he said, yeah, big gay cowboy. I mean, why is it gay? Where's that come from? Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I am not and would not false advertising.
Okay, false. We're gonna get listeners somehow, Ali. Come on, this is
Hey, I'll do it, man. I'll do it. I've already got my eyes set on Red Hot 100 calendar next year. They would close their applications this year. But
didn't let you in this year, but next
Red Hot 100.
Got it.
Red Hot 100, if you're listening, is a calendar for gay men with ginger. Well, I mean, it's for anyone, I guess, but it's targeted at gay men, and it's ginger blokes with their kit off. And I'm thinking, this can't be that. It can't be that difficult to get in there. The cross section of good-looking men and ginger men must be so fun.
It's a niche. You probably could actually sneak most things when you suggest them. I'm like, you've got no chance. But this is like possibly
should be it. So this is So Tom sent me it to apply, but by the time I applied, they said they'd already received all their applications.
Well, that's what they told you.
That was what I was informed. It was an auto reply.
Yeah, sorry. I think not. But maybe you know what? If you went, I think that could be your niche for the calendar. You could go with the hat and
cowboy
and your parents' house, and that'd be a real sell.
The cowboy who slung his horse over at his mom and dad's house, his mom and pa.
Mom and pa.
That's going to be me.
Yeah.
The other thing I want to say at the top of the show this week is that Vauxhall Comedy is back, ladies and gentlemen. AIDIF Tuesdays is happening. The first one will be next week. So listening to this, so that will be Tuesday the 6th of October. And come on down. It starts at 7:30. I think 7:45. Let's get it for 7:30, and we'll be done by 9:30. So everyone has to.
It's quick, guys. We're in and we're out, but it's going to be a great show. So
great lineup. I'll be emceeing with my cowboy hat on. Come down. So
I think that actually, you know, for those listeners who don't know, Ali's tried to sort of stand out in comedy a few different ways, and one of them was wearing a bandana. But I feel like this could really sell it for you. Just be the cowboy hat guy.
Cowboy hat guy.
Everyone's just like, who's that? And you'd be like, I'm the cowboy hat guy, and everyone would know.
Cowboy hat dude. I think Christian Riley is he wears a hat, doesn't he? And the guitarist guy on stage, who I didn't know, a bit of gossip, is actually the father of Shappy Corsandi's kids. Found that out from Shappy herself.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Christian
Riley does the Comedy Store a lot. Little guitar.
Yeah.
He doesn't. I don't think he does any TV work, but he's a club stalwart.
Yeah. Also, just to previous guests, shout out Jamali Maddox being on Frankie Boyle's. What's his name? Oh, that's
New World Order.
New World Order. He did really well. Very funny. Very funny. Check it out. And check out his episode. Let's go back and listen because it was great.
Check out Jamali. Fair play to Jamali. I thought he would be too big a name for this podcast, but he must have not been. It was at the start of lockdown, so there must not have been much going on.
Yeah. He did think his career was literally over. So yeah,
it was after this.
yeah.
But then he told a great story about hosting a show at the Hammersmith Apollo with, was it Jazzy Fizzle? Who was
Jazzy. If that's not his name, you sound really racist.
no. It was
Slim, wasn't it?
no, not a comedian, a music artist. You know, it was someone who was in that. Who Jazzy Fizzle is the guy who brings together for Notorious B.I.G. Nasty Girl, but it's someone in that. It's someone he says in that opening bit. Jagged Edge, it might have been
Jagged Edge. It was Jagged Edge.
Jagged
yeah,
Edge.
Opening for Jagged Edge at the Apollo. It's a great story, listeners. Please go back and listen.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, as Ali does have his cowboy hat on, we are gonna turn our gaze stateside to what's been going on. Quite a busy week. First of all, there was the debate, the Biden-Trump debate, which was just a fucking shit show. If I'm perfectly honest, it was terrible. No one really came out looking great. There was no solid policy really said. It was just a lot of slagging and shouting over each other.
It sounded a lot like our early recordings of All I Do Is Fail, to be honest. It was just an absolute bum rusher of men trying to be funnier more than the other. Which thankfully we've just stopped caring now. But I did you watch it?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't stay up and watch it, but I watched the highlights like everyone else.
Yeah, I watched the highlights. Yeah, sort of match of the day style of
debate
politics. Yeah, I mean, that's what Trump wants, though, isn't it? Just to have it to be like a shit show, just a slanging match, just no real messaging.
That's what I think. I don't think it harms Trump to go low, like everyone expects it. So it's going to only affect Biden by just going low with,
How old is Joe Biden?
I think he's 80.
He's 80. I mean, fair play to him, because
I'll confirm. I'm going to confirm. I don't want to get this wrong.
I'm not going to lie. It's a great nickname that Trump has called him, Sleepy Joe. How does he come up with that shit? Obviously, I'm not condoning what Trump is.
He's 77 years old.
Oh, it's spring chicken. I'm not condoning what Trump is, but calling him Sleepy Joe is very funny, I think. And then, but I was, because what I've heard from everyone is that Joe Biden is a bit senile, like, but not from just people who don't like him or
no. Yeah,
as in genuinely, they're like, there's a worry, like, why have we picked this guy? Because he doesn't talk well. So I was impressed that he's maybe the bar's too low. I was impressed that he was all right to say sentences and chat, seemed pretty with it. He's got quite nice eyes, hasn't he?
Yeah. I think that his main criticism, he does sort of get muddled and sometimes say that he's in the wrong place that he actually is. Like, it's a classic, like, hello Kansas, like, sir, you're in Wisconsin. Like, oh, okay.
Because Trump, for me, he's that sort of Vicky Pollard-esque. It's a move it into British terms. The arguments with teenagers where you could never win when you were a kid, when they just be like, "Are you seriously saying that? What are you saying that for?" Like anything, it would just switch to another thing. It'd be like, "Hey, that was mine. Why are you saying it for? Like, you don't believe me? Like, it's like no, I'm saying I saw you. You see everything now, innit? Like, but where were you? Like, what were you saying about that? Because it doesn't matter, does it? Because now you're saying this, and it's like the argument would just shift all the time into a different direction. So you could never win. That was what it was like arguing with my sister. She was always like that.
It's a lot of but what about isms? It was a lot of like Biden criticizing Trump on something and then Trump just going completely off the rails and saying something that the Democrats had done that was also bad. Well, what about what the Democrats wanted to do with letting all the immigrants in? Like, it's just like, oh God.
I like the bits where Biden was going, our country is in turmoil. We are in a real awful state because of this man. And Trump's just like, it'd be a lot worse if this guy was in charge. He's not saying it's not.
He's got some good zings, to be fair. And I like his zing. His zing ability is strong.
I'm worried though, man. I'm worried.
This guy is just constantly him being like,
you would say that, wouldn't you, Sleepy Joe? Because if you were in charge, let me tell you, it would be a lot worse. But I'm worried because I think he's just full of tricks and does this shit. And I think, to be fair, I think Biden did well. How difficult must that briefing have been for him? It's like playing Barcelona in their prime under Pep, where it's like you can study it as long as you want. You can say, this is what they're going to try and do. Let's be prepared. But sometimes you just can't do anything. They've got prime Messi. And that's what it must have been like. Biden must have been told a million times he's going to say something really mean.
He's going to slag off your son, which he did.
He's going to do all this. And Biden's like, I'm so over-prepared. I'm sure it won't be that bad. Goes in there immediately. He's just like,
your son's a piece of shit. Yeah.
Yeah, fair play to him, man. They got 2 more debates coming up, haven't they? So,
well, this is if they go ahead. This is if they all go ahead, ladies and gentlemen, because as of today, we're very, very current news for this podcast. Mr. Donald J. Trump has the Rona. Yeah, he's isolating with Melania in the White House, I assume. And yeah, it looking not great. I hope he recovers. I don't wish death upon anyone. So yeah, that's our stance here at All I Do Is Fellas. We do hope that he makes a good and speedy recovery. But
that's the centrist. So, but now we've said that, Tom. Though, so now it's going to be like we're going to lose our left-leaning listeners that
are not wishing death.
Are going to be like Trump supporters, Ali Woods, and famed vocal Trump supporters, Tom Owen. And they'll crop me with this hat on.
And put like, a MAGA badge on you.
Yeah. Make podcasts great again on the fucking thing there. And then it's going to be like, oh, look at these guys, awful. And then all the right-wing people are going to be like, these are the great guys. We're going to listen to them. They'll listen to it, immediately realize, well, these are a bunch of leftist cucks, as that other guy said on the Jim Davidson video. So then we go left with no one. It's going to be me, you, and one person. Who
it would be quite interesting. Maybe we'll do an episode where we just go full right-wing and just see how many more views we get.
Oh, was that not? I've been doing that for the last 3 episodes. I thought that's what we were doing. I thought that's what we agreed.
Joe Biden's a fucking idiot. He needs to leave.
I reckon that when Trump's done with coronavirus, you won't have any other people getting it because he will finish it off.
Fake news doesn't even have coronavirus. It's fake news. Doesn't have
fake news. If you believe that, I'm sorry for you.
Yeah. My biggest issue, well, it's not issue. The thing I'm most worried about is if he does die, which fingers very, very crossed he doesn't. I don't wish that upon anyone. But if he was to pass away, the conspiracy theorists that would be going off, this would be like JFK Mach 10. It would go absolutely wild.
I think there's a lot of conspiracies where Donald Trump dies of this, but actually goes and hangs out with Tupac and Biggie on their island.
Yeah.
That'll be where he's off to.
No, but already we know from comics of the circuit that a lot of the stuff around Corona is leftist, evil, conspiracy, Illuminati. If they were to take out Trump, then really it's come full circle.
Bill Gates is behind it.
Bill Gates.
Microsoft Office himself.
This is how we rack the views. Bill Gates is personally trying to get rid of Donald Trump.
Well, I'll say it as well. Bill Gates is personally trying to get rid of Donald Trump. Because I look like Alex Jones as well with the hat. So I could just be here, Bill Gates is trying to get rid of Donald Trump. This is a fact, ladies and gentlemen. That's how they do it. And then they get...
Factoid. It's a factoid.
It's a factoid.
It's a factoid. Yeah, I think...
there'll be someone who's like... it's got a clip of the debate. And they've like, okay, stop it here, right? You can see in this section here the dart that flies from Joe Biden's mouth into Donald Trump's neck, diagnosing him with coronavirus. Yeah. I believe, now this is just what I'm saying here, there's a lot of evidence, but I'm not saying, I believe everyone who's got coronavirus has been hit with a similar dart by the Democrats, by the Democrats.
By the Democrats, aka the lizard people, aka the pedophile vampires. Okay, so that's just...
That was I loved that band growing up, the pedophile vampires. They're supporting Block Party.
Yeah. The pedophile. Everyone knows.
The pedophile vampires.
Yeah. Everyone knows deep down it's pedophile vampires / the elitist baby eaters who are really, that's what it all really comes down to. Okay. And they're trying to take out Donald Trump with coronavirus.
Yeah, because he's exposing the truth. He's exposing the truth.
He is.
But there will be people who are doing that, man. I mean, there's plenty of conspiracy theorists out there. I can't imagine what the wild and weird things they're making up is. But apparently he got it from his aide, who
Yeah.
got it from someone or other.
Yeah, she tested positive, and he spoke to Fox News yesterday or the day before and was like, "Yes, she's tested positive, but I'm hopeful." And then it's just like, "Of course you've got it. Like, you're around someone all the time."
He's 6'3", Donald Trump. I didn't know
He's
that.
big
He's
man, big
cool.
man. He is also obese and in
Yeah,
his 70s. So
that's
people
what
saying
he
he's at high risk. He is very, very high risk. I don't know. I don't even want to think about if he did get seriously ill, because I think there'd just be such a crazy power vacuum. Plus, I think they'd have to delay the election. It would be a nightmare. I'm sure he's going to make a recovery.
Who are they getting in to replace Trump?
Pence.
Skeletor.
Yeah.
Just draft in the Legion of Doom to take over in this previous.
Kanye. He brings him from his Kanye to time to shine.
Kanye comes in featuring and now Mike Pence goes, and now bringing out your new president, Kanye. And the lights come down, Kanye West.
All of the lights, all of the lights.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
But yes, the conspiracy theory nut jobs are going to be running wild with Trump being sick.
Being sick.
I don't know. It's every time there's a major event, there's that cause, and like if he was to not make it through, which fingers crossed he does make it through.
Fingers crossed he does want to. But do you think he's faking it?
No,
this is the leading
already. Already. I know. I've heard this, that he's faking it because he wants to delay the election. But that is you being a classic leftist cuck and inciting those rumors. He doesn't. He wants the election, mate. He bring it on.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, I think.
You reckon?
Yeah. I don't think he's trying to delay the election.
Okay. Poor Melania having to be stuck with him. She was hoping she'd have to spend as little time with him as possible. But now she's quarantined with this big oaf.
2 weeks of Donald.
Yeah. That's long. Remember when Boris Johnson got coronavirus?
Yeah.
Everyone was just like, what a div. They just carried on with their lives. But
well, I think
in ICU though.
But yeah, Boris nearly died. So
yeah, mad, isn't it?
And was really, really sick. So, but I think that's partly why he's been sort of doing a slightly better job post coronavirus and put more effort and is so stringent on lockdown restrictions and stuff, is because he did suffer with it. He did get sick, so he understands how bad it can be.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't. Well, there's a lot of. For instance, I think
that inspired him to go abroad, to sneak out to wherever it was in Italy that they said he stuck out to.
No, but I think he's more quicker to react to rising cases and stuff. There's a lot of Tory MPs who would not do anything and just be like, "Fuck him." I don't think he's done a good job. Don't get me wrong; he's done a terrible job. But like,
oh yeah, you'd say that though, wouldn't you? Trying to get with girls again, pretending you're all a lefty feminist. You cock. You
bloody lefty scack. So I don't know. It's a very difficult, problematic time over in the States.
What does Biden do now then? Does he say? Best of luck with recovering from coronavirus. Because the election's in like a month, isn't it?
Yeah, it's in a month, and I think the next debate is in about 2 weeks.
So he'll be out. He'll be out for 2 weeks.
Well, yeah. So fingers crossed he might be able to come back for the debate, but it all depends on how sick he actually gets.
But well,
if he gets really, really, really sick, then he can't. Obviously, he could be out for 3 months. He could be out for months. Who knows? In which case, they would have to delay the election.
Mate, it's a trick. It's a trick, bruv. He ain't leaving. He's pulled a
sickie. He's going to claim he's got corona forever.
Yeah, it doesn't count. This one doesn't count. I'm ill, bruv. It's like when you lose an arm muscle. Hi, man. I went gym yesterday. That's why I'm a bit like tended it.
Yeah. No.
He's pulling a sickie. He's pulling a sickie, mate. It's good.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. This could be the ultimate conspiracy, and that he, is pulling a sickie. But we'll see. Let's all hope him a speedy recovery. I do think he's going to get beaten in the election. I can't see him winning, but I don't want to see him die.
Maybe Biden's going to come back with something like, "Oh, well, you may have coronavirus, but I have whooping cough. Some old style disease. I have shingles.
Yeah. Gout. I've
Yeah,
got a lot of gout. Yeah.
gout. Like a lot of these American people out there, I have gout.
Yeah. Like a good Aryan American. I got the gout.
My
Yeah.
question to you is, why would you want to be running the America at 74 or 78? But I want to be chilling. I want to be chilling in my 70s. Why do they want such a stressful job where you have to go around all the places, man? That's so long.
Power. It would be good. Like,
But that's in your 70s, bruv. I'm hanging out with my parents at the moment. They're 61. Shout out my mum, 61 today. Still as beautiful as ever. She didn't like it when I said that. She said to me yesterday, I was like, how you feeling about your birthday tomorrow? She's like, 61 does feel very old. And I was like, oh, no, it's, don't worry about it. She's like, well, 60 didn't, but 61 does feel very old. I was like, well, don't worry. 60 was very old as well. And
yeah.
she was not
In
happy.
my eyes.
Yeah,
In my eyes.
you're aged.
You are old as hell.
And my dad's 67, and all they do is just potter around the house. My dad, he goes to his office, but he just potters around there. And my mum just potters around here. Why would you want to be doing such stressful meetings at 78? 78 years old. What's the point?
I just think it's, I don't know, if you're in it the whole time, it's different. I think lots of people would want to be president. If someone said to you, Ali, you can be president, you'd definitely take it.
Yeah, because I fit the bill. But that's only because I've got some big ideas.
Yeah,
I've got some big ideas. Yeah, so like everyone basically has to.
Like, if you're fit, like you could stay in London, but if you're not, you gotta leave. Like
any uglies out you go unless you're good chat. If you're a good laugh, then that's it. Man United, you're allowed
unlimited transfer budget. Unlimited transfer
budget. No one else allowed to sign any players.
Yeah.
Those would be and they'd be like, why are you talking about this? You're president of the United States of America. Why are you making policies? Shut up, blood. I'll kill you. I'm my man. My security. Kill him.
Kill him. Yeah. No, I think
but at 70, I wouldn't. At 78, I wouldn't want to. At 78, I wouldn't want to. It's like at 78, imagine piloting an aircraft. That's so long and stressful. And then imagine that aircraft being filled with 300 million people. That's too long.
Well, yeah, especially as half the people in that plane fucking hate you. You're the worst pilot of all time. They're constantly ringing the thing to be like, fuck you.
Yeah. Imagine that on the airplane.
Can you send this message to the pilot? He's a fucking bitch.
You're a bitch. Every time you come over on the Tannoy, and we're currently cruising, and boo! And then everyone else being like, and the other half being like, no, you're wrong. It's like, oh,
yeah, I think it's an insanely stressful job, but the same with the PM job with Boris. Like, I think people want to do it because it's ultimate power position. It's not, you don't do it for the money because it's poorly paid. And in comparison to other CEO jobs where you're not actually, you could be the CEO of Coke and you're probably responsible for, I don't know, 100,000 people's lives as opposed
to.
You're
lobbying the government though. They're really running the country. This is another one of my conspiracies. These Coke, the big businesses.
Okay, it's big business.
Corona is in the Coke. Okay, do we know this? What does Corona start with? CO. What does Coca Cola start with? CO.
Can you not be ridiculous? You all know it's in the 5G towers. Like that's exactly where it's.
What
I'm saying is, when we went into lockdown, they started putting up those 5G towers. No one told us about it.
No, suddenly it was okay. Suddenly you couldn't protest.
Yeah, couldn't. Oh, got to stay inside, guys. Putting up those 5G towers. Just.
If you were 78 years old and you were like, "Do you want to be prime minister for 5 years?" Would you do it?
Depends what the state of me was at 78. I don't know. Possibly. I think I would want it at any point.
You're not any smarter. If that's what you were.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think I'd want it at any point, but I think
really?
You'd have to accept.
Well, just to add your name to like the list of people who ran the country.
Yeah, and also I think I'd do a really good job. So
come on. You're talking to me. You're saying I'm the one who's coming in with the policies like, if you're not fit, get out. That's your immigration policy.
I genuinely think I'd do quite a good job.
What would you do a good job with?
I'm quite rational and balanced, and I think I've got a good barometer of what the country wants.
is an absolute. This is a crime. This
No,
is
I'm just announcing my my candidacy
It
for the
does
next
sound like that.
for the next PM run. I'm going to be starting my own political party. You know, his political, or maybe I'll jump on board. You see, Laurence Fox has started his own political party to fight wokeness.
Brilliant.
Yeah, this week apparently he was given 5 million by an ex-conservative donor.
Oh, great. How is he giving him 5 million quid? How do you watch that guy's music video? I'm going to trust this dude with 5
cringe
million.
shit. Yeah.
What's the party? What is it called?
Oh, it's called. I'll find it for you. It is fantastic.
And what is his deal? What is he's to fight wokeness? But as I said to you before, his team are in charge. The right-wing people are in charge of this country and America. What are they fighting?
No, he wants it to be more. You know, this country doesn't know what it needs right now, and Laurence Fox does. So
can they just make it explicit? That's all I ask for, and say in their manifesto, first line, we are fighting for white people to be allowed to say the N-word. That is what they're fighting for.
Actually, he actually pitched it as Laurence Fox as I'm launching a political party to reclaim British values.
Brilliant.
Because we've lost touch with our people.
Calling people the P word and beating them up on the streets.
Yeah. It's a new political movement which promises to make our future a shared endeavor, not a divisive one. Okay.
What's it called though? The Foxy Party?
No, it's not called that. It's given 5 million by the donors. Yeah.
Oh God! Imagine the conversations they have at the party.
The party has been described as UKIP for culture wars.
Fucking hell.
Anyway, I'll be. That's what I'll be running with.
But can you imagine the conversations with people at that party, at the party dinners? Everything must just be ended with, "Oh, and you're not allowed to say that nowadays." Every single thing people say.
It's bloody obscene. It's bloody obscene.
The way they're ordering their food for for what they're going to eat at their dinner, just looking down, none of that Greek muck. Nah. Obviously, you can't say that nowadays.
Yeah.
You can't have an opinion.
Oh, no,
have an opinion.
You are. You know.
Oh, they must be just the worst. The worst. Imagine being stuck in a room. Okay. So here's the question. They find you on TikTok. Tom Elwes, love your content. This is coming direct from the Laurence Fox comms person. Love your content, Tom. So funny. Great that someone respects British values like yourself. And you're like, thank you very much. She says, we want you to open at our party conference with 20 minutes of material.
How much?
And she says, how much would that cost? And what are you saying?
£612.
You do it for 600 quid.
No, I think
what's my they should like books.
Yeah, books, Chad. I don't know. It'd be difficult if someone was like, here's 12 grand. I'd be like, that's
12 grand. I'm trying to think what I would do for.
Just the stage time, mate. Just the stage, just
open.
Yeah.
£10 for travel. Cheers.
Yeah. Just my train. Yeah, it's got to be a better gig than that bowling alley in Norwich.
How dare you? That bowling alley in Norwich is very dear to me. Very good gig. Humour Comedy. Shout out Humour Comedy. I'll book with them again.
Okay.
Back to the bowling alley.
Yeah, can't wait.
Right one.
Yeah. Well, maybe we should start.
Would you do it? Would you do it?
No, I don't think I would. Only because I wouldn't want to endorse him. Or if I did, I would just slag him off the entire time. I just don't. I think he doesn't even. He's not even. I think his whole mantra isn't even like that kind of like aggressive. It's just sort of just seems like quite pathetic. That's all. Just seems like very like babyish and pathetic, being like, "Oh, the world's wronged me, even though I'm a millionaire from a millionaire family." Oh, you know.
Yeah, it's sad that
it's not even like it's not even like it's like crazy anti-immigration super far right stuff. It's just more like pedantic stuff like, oh, white actors need more roles. Like it's shit like that. Like it's just rubbish.
Yeah, it's a good point. At least the real overtly racists have enough self-respect to be really flagrant with their look.
Yeah.
We don't like them. We don't like them. They're not.
Is what it is. You know, I'm
Whereas
not
this, like,
gonna stand here.
yeah, masking not being funny as people not being allowed to accept Britishness. It's just not on. It's just not. How long until he does stand up? He will be doing stand up soon. He will be doing.
Everyone else is about to do stand up. They've ripped off my idea, Ali. Go back to episode about 10 of this podcast, and I pitched an idea which was Strictly Come Dancing for celebrities doing stand up. Channel 4. You've clearly been listening because you've ripped me off once again. Okay, not the first time I've been ripped off by a major corporation, and
it won't be the last, hopefully.
No.
What? So yeah. Let's talk about it. This is what do we think? The idea is that how is it working? I didn't even read it. How's it working? They're having like a 12-week boot camp thing.
Yeah, kind of. They're going to learn how to do stand. I would love to know who the teachers are. You know, they're going to rope in some interesting characters.
Yeah.
Like, I hope they get some people like Mike Gunn or something to teach him. Like, they probably went through who's doing a stand-up course and just hired him. It's like Hills Jago, Mike Gunn, and like, you know.
Shouting at Roman Kemp for not holding the microphone properly.
Like, Roman, come on. Get some real war vets of the stand-up circuit.
Oh God, yeah, that would be funny. I mean, yeah. So part of me, when I saw this, right, my first thought was, bloody hell, that's Tom's idea. I hope he's not getting paid a single penny for it. My first idea. First thought. Second thought was, maybe this would be good because it at least makes stand-up more a big deal for the average person.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you exactly why it won't be good. Okay, because for us anyway, because all it will mean is some of those people, including Roman Kemp, who actually is quite an entertaining guy and is very good at impressions. If I'm perfectly honest, he's absolutely nails them. Like, can do people like Spot. Will be successful. Will be very successful, especially if they team them up with writers and like people, you know, good people. And he will be a successful stand-up, and then he will be a success. And I guarantee you, he will be taking none of us on tour with him to open, or when he gets a sitcom, he'll be putting none of us in it. And all it will mean that there'll be a lot of people who are not doing stand-up right now instantly become famous stand-ups. That's what
you reckon. But I don't know, because it's a craft, isn't it? They've got to keep doing it. Like the people who do Strictly Come Dancing,
but then I also think we put too much emphasis on like good stand-up, and I feel like if you've got some tools to you, I feel like if they put you with enough writers and enough people, and gave you enough warm-up gigs, you could probably scrap together 40 minutes in not too long a time.
Yeah, and then he goes on tour, whatever, does that, but he's not, you know, I just. Maybe he's taking some club spots and stuff, but it's about, will these people be bothered? Will they be bothered to go out 4 to 7 times a week and do it?
Everyone, if you have no skills, but you're big on the internet with a lot of following.
Roman Kemp's got his own show on radio, hasn't he?
I know, but what can he do live? Nothing. But what can you?
He hosts shit, doesn't he? He does host live stuff.
Mate, if you need to go on tour and you need to sell 1,000 tickets, you know, seat tickets, because he could probably do 1,000 seat theaters, right? Yeah. You need to do that, and you can't sing and you can't dance. What's the next best thing?
Like us.
Yeah. What's the next best thing? Stand up. Anyone can do it. And I'm telling you, that's the way it's going to go. You already saw her. That I don't actually begrudge her. I think she was actually pretty funny and entertaining. But we saw it with the girl from I'm a Celebrity.
Yeah, my mates went to see her, actually.
Charlotte Hinchcliffe. Doing big rooms, 1,000 seats probably. I don't know, in and around.
Yeah, she's doing Clapham Grand. So
yeah, big rooms, big venues. And selling them out, and she could do it live. She probably made a fortune.
Yeah, but then she's not going into our audience, is she? Really?
Well, what's our audience? It's just one of them, isn't it?
I don't think people who religiously watch I'm a Celeb would come to watch me. To be honest, maybe I'm wrong.
But it's like if you wanted to
be reality TV fans don't generally. I don't think they're.
But like the fundamentals are, there are only so many people in this country, and when you become really successful, the crossover, you know, if you wanted to be a really big comedian, like a bit like, let's say, the sort of Russell Howard-y comedian, then of course you need to appeal to lots of people.
I liked Chortle's headline, which was something like,
Chortle will hate this. This is everything that Chortle despises.
they do, and they're like reality TV stars coming for what's left of the comedy circuit. They hate it completely. But the thing is, it's longevity though. Comedy's longevity. You can't do it like if you go and do it for a year or two, that's fun. But you've got to keep working on it and keep busting out new material. And like, yeah, you can have writers and stuff, but people like Jack White or Michael McIntyre, fundamentally, even though they're not writing all their own stuff, they are committed to just doing it, to just fucking going up there and doing the material. And we see them at the clubs doing 2-3 shows a night when they're about to go on tour, as well as all their other projects. Will these people be asked? Because I don't know, they must have had chats with their agents before about doing stand-up and stuff. So.
Yeah.
What it needs to be though, it needs to not be a 12-week show. It needs to be a 4-year show. Watching them go to all the open mic shitness where no one is there. They're one of 17 comics.
You know what I would have done, and this is what I would have actually done if they were doing the 12 weeks. They all do a different. They all should have to play different gigs and do different types of stand up. But they should do like a bit like X Factor, where it's brutal. Right, week one person doesn't make it. Send them all to the Gong Show at the Comedy Store.
Whoever gets the lowest time.
Rile up that audience and be like, yeah, we've got a load of celebrities going to come out and try
and do this. Yeah, show you
give them a really hard time, and then send them out there and have people shout, "Go kill yourself" at them and stuff, because that's what they want shouted at me. And you know, that's that's what they need to do. That is honestly what they need to do.
That could be episode 1. I mean, I'm sure the Channel 4 producers are listening to this, and they know what they. But that could be if you give them 1 week, so they're like, right, 1 week gonna try and teach you the basics.
Yeah, and then send them out.
Gigs, but then you got 5 Monday
murder, just like get the fuck off. That will sort the week from the herd.
That would be good. I don't know. Do you know who else is going on it? They've only just been throwing Roman Kemp around on the.
Yeah, Roman. I think there's a few others knocking about names. I think wasn't Jamie Lang on though. I don't know.
Well, he does anyway. Apparently, I mean those made in Chelsea lot. It does irk me a bit because of how because stand-up's supposed to be sort of no barriers to entry in that anyone can sign up and go up and do it. And that's why you're supposed to be a sort of people's champion, because you put yourself out there, you risk all the failure at the start. But it is in danger of turning into some sort of celebrity chat along where you just get people. And because we know you just get people who already have 1 million followers, and they get very successful comedy writers who no one at home has ever heard of, but we know are excellent comedians, to write them some jokes, and they go up and they learn it like a script and they go and perform it to people who already know who they are and already like them, and that's that, and that's the end of it. And I'm worried. That does worry me that people think that's what stand-up is. It's about seeing someone you already know tell stories about their life.
What you need to do, ladies and gentlemen, is you need to graph a circuit for about 3 and a bit years and do all the shit Edinburghs and do everything, and then get famous on TikTok. That is the platform, okay, ladies and gentlemen.
They all just like his dad did it, and his dad before him, they all did it that way. This is the Elwes official family method.
Yeah. They will struggle, and fundamentally, that's it. For as much as we give each other flack, we have actually been doing this for years, and we can do this. If we were told to get on a stage now and entertain people, we could do it without too much stress. Whereas if you try to lob those celebs on and we're do something, they're gonna struggle. But I guess that's where the writers comes in.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how it's gonna be. Will you watch it? Are you gonna watch it?
Oh yeah, but it'd be a hate watch. It'd be me and Chortle hate watching along Eurovision. Just.
What if it's really good? What if they're all right? I don't know. No, the thing is, that's what I like about comedy.
Wouldn't it be amazing if that was it? It was what if it's really good, and actually then the platform for becoming a big comedian was it was already famous comedians or who had been heard of. It was a bit like I'm a Celeb, had to go on that show to prove it and come full circle.
Yeah. Then it's I did Live at the Apollo in 2012. Yeah. I haven't been around for a long time. 2022, I'm doing a reality show. I'm a comedian.
I'm a comedian. Yeah, I'm a comedian. Please don't boo me. That's
I mean, maybe it'll be like that. But I think maybe, as my initial thought, maybe it will bring stand up, because a lot of stand up comedy on TV is not that well watched. So maybe this will mean people want to go out and see live comedy a bit more.
Yeah, possibly. But I think what also may be interesting is I'd like to, if it is like a 12-week thing, they're going to have writers, because there's no way those celebs are going to be able to write a new 5 minutes, because I'm assuming they'll have to do maybe like a couple minutes each at least.
They have to do the Amuse Moose showcase.
Yeah.
Sanctum. In the Sanctum. That's in Soho. At the end, to industry people.
Industry
Actual
industry. They're here. No, but it will be very interesting to see if what like if it's a 12-week thing, because it's not like learning a dance. Like, to actually create, I couldn't write a good 5 minutes every week. Not a chance in hell.
Never won.
Yeah, exactly. It's been 3 years. Like, that would be like impossible. I think that'd be difficult for virtually any comic. So we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know what it's going to do, but you'll be watching Hatefully, so then we'll find out. We'll see how it is. I mean, maybe it'll just put them all off it. I mean, they tried it. Did you ever watch Show Me the Funny?
No.
They tried a stand-up reality show on that. So there was some people who've gone on to be the comments. So it was back in like 2009 or 2010 or something. What's it? Jason Manford hosted it, and they had Kate Copstick and the guy from QI. What's his name? Jonathan Davies.
Yeah.
They were regulars, and then they were the judges, and then they'd have a guest judge every week. But they had, who was in it was Patrick Monahan won it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
And then what's her name? She's got a really tough name to spell. It's like Roisin something or other. She came third, and Stuart Goldsmith was in it, and Ellie Taylor was in it.
But like,
so they only had one season, and then it cancelled because it wasn't popular.
And surely they're all they were stand-ups before. It's not like
that was the premise. The premise was it was 10 stand-ups, existing stand-up comedians who are working, but it was the win. What Patrick Monahan was like a DVD release and like a tour that was paid for, something like that.
Right.
I mean, obviously the exposure of being on the show, and every week they had to go to a different area of the UK and do like a tough gig, and it all had to be new material. So they spend the week going around learning the town and meeting people, and then they'd have to do a gig, and then whoever won got to decide the running order for next week, which now looking back as a comedian, I'm like, that's actually pretty cool. Because they would just do their mates in and they'd always put themselves like closing the first section or something. And then they just put like some shit weaker person at the start.
But like that kind of show it sounds great for us because it's quite technical with stand-up, but the reason that I think the Channel 4 one will be more success is just because it's celebs and proper celebs.
And you can tell, you can see the scenes already that it's going to be like Roman Kemp having had a tough gig. Like, I just didn't realize it was going to be this hard, Like, I thought like, it was just going to be a laugh, and I did, and then consoling. And then next week, after a difficult week last week, Roman has really put himself to the writing task. Yeah. I've realised that I just can't go on and wing it. I've got to
montage.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then you see him getting applauded next week, and it's like, and then his coach is really happy for him and shit.
I think also the if they bomb as well and they do shit, it'll be good, and like people will like it. It'll be entertaining. Like people will be like, "Oh god, it's so cringe." Yeah, no, but like as in, you'll love it if you've got like I don't know who the hell's going to be on it. Someone from EastEnders just like bombing, like everyone will love it.
What I want is a real career ruiner. I want someone to go up and first
something really obscene and racist. That would be so good.
I was with John the other day, and you'll never guess what he said.
Yeah. Just some old guy doing like, I'm going to do real comedy. I'll be telling it how it is, and it's just...
and there's like producers like, don't do it.
Mate, all I'm saying is they should get us as writers in for someone, and we'll just let them sink their own ship. Just be like, oh, do you reckon I should say that? Oh, 100%. 100%.
Yeah. So I had this observation, right? Because women, they have this problem. Yeah. And it's and they just be like, yeah, great, run with it.
Keep going. More.
So anyway, the thing is, because she's been a real bitch. Yeah, say that word on the thing as well. Yeah. I'd so happily do that. I'll do that free of charge, Channel 4. If you're listening, which you are, I'll do that free of charge.
We'll write for you. We'll write good stuff. Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening to All I Do Is Fail. My name is Tom Els. You can follow me at all good social media sites: TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat, although I haven't used it in about 4 years. Ali?
Ali Woods, gigs. Go to my YouTube if you want stuff on there. I'm building that up. It's looking good now. I'm getting some good stuff. If you're into football, I'm doing a weekly football video and it's going well. So check that stuff out. Otherwise, yeah, Ali Woods gigs on all social medias. And I will say again, Vauxhall Comedy is starting next week. We're back on Tuesdays, AIDIF Tuesdays. If you want to come down, see me and Tom perform, it'll be at Vauxhall Comedy Club on Tuesday. Get there for 7:30. Get your tickets online, vauxhallcomedyclub.com. And then also, if you want an extra episode every week, donate to our Patreon, just $5 a month, patreon.com/AIDIFpod, and you can get a new episode every week, ladies
If
and
we
gentlemen.
get $50, we'll eat some really hot sauce.
God, hot sauce. I think we're going to do that. Well, yeah, $50. Get us a $50 and we will eat the hot sauce. If you watch Hot Ones, it's the bomb. And we're going to eat that and we're going to video it. And I'm going to be fine because I'm a bit of a legend, but I think Tom is going to cry.
Everyone knows that Ali's genetics are clearly not made for spicy food.
I'm game over. It is death.
I've got some European in me. This man is just pure sunblock. It's just
I'm British values. I'm British values through and through, which is not eating hot sauce on wings.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been All I Do Is Fail. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.